Orange's turn to ban. Dire team ban. Orange's turn to ban.
Alright folks, here we are back at the RedBull ECL 2013, and this is game 2 of the Group C group stage match between Orange and RisingStars. I did spoil the result of game 1 on Twitch chat just now because we are actually running on a very tight schedule. Game 2 started less than 2 minutes after game 1 ended, or less than 4 minutes I should say, so I actually said that the next game is starting in Twitch chat before actually the game finished broadcasting. So sorry about that, folks, but I hope you're happy here joining me for game 2. Orange with an extremely convincing game 1. KYXY playing a surprisingly active Faceless Void, and Mushi responding to just tremendous pressure from RisingStars on him in the middle lane early. I mean, RisingStars delegated almost all of their efforts that game to locking down Mushi in the middle. And I think Mushi was like, oh yeah, you guys want to attack me? He started, I think, 0-3 or 1-3 and came back to be 8-5 or 9-5 by the end. So overall, Orange just outclassing RisingStars in the first game. And of course, here we actually get a little bit of a respect ban from RisingStars. The Sand King taken out, and this is all about X. I mean, his game, Extinct's game in game 1 was just incredible on that Sand King, but they actually take it out this game, while Orange, of course, takes out RisingStars' Wisp, the IO that our Stars does like playing. And so these, I would say, are the two teams most favored to make it out of Group C. Of course, the format of ECL is a group stage where 2 teams from each group will advance. In this group, it is RisingStars, Orange, NA, ERH, and 2 other Chinese teams whose names escape me at the moment because they're not playing today. But we will be covering the rest of this group stage, and of course the teams with the 2 best records will go to the LAN finals July 12th through 14th, alongside such teams as LGD, IG, Tongfu, and so on and so forth. That will actually be covered on the primary Beyond the Summit stream from the Beyond Summit studios in California. But from not the Beyond Summit Studios in Chicago, I'm Vic Ramond, and I'm happy to bring this game to you guys. Orange already starting off with some pretty good heroes for themselves, securing up the Bat Rider and the Gyrocopter. So most likely a Gyrocopter for either KYXY or Mushi, depending on who feels like playing this hard carry this game. I think usually it's going to be KYXY and then Mushi on the Bat Rider, but we'll have to see how it pans out. And then for RisingStars, they pick up both supports for themselves already. So the 2 supports that RisingStars banned in Game 1, they actually secure both of them for themselves in Game 2. So the Nyx Assassin, the Visage, both of these will come out for our Stars. Of course, these are very, very strong supports. Nyx Assassin has lost a little bit of his shine recently. Of course, the Mana Burn now scales rather than having the 5 intelligence multiplier right from level 1. And the Visage, however, just keeps growing and growing and growing in esteem. Has risen to basically first ban status all the time in the Eastern scene. And even in the Western scene, we see a lot of Visage pickups, even if it doesn't have quite the win rate that it does have for Chinese and Southeast Asian teams. But at any rate, what both these heroes give you is an abundance of stun. Of course, Nyx Assassin has 2 stuns, the Impale and the conditional Spiked Carapace. Visage has stuns on his familiars, so only at level 6, but what he does give you is tremendous damage. He gives you the opportunity to run aggressive tri-lanes that can really dominate in terms of the damage they deal, and he gives the opportunity to really pressure the Gyrocopter. When you take Nyx Assassin, Visage, and maybe a fairly strong 3 vs 3 carry, they can exert an amount of pressure onto that Gyrocopter that maybe Orange will have trouble dealing with. Orange, on the other hand, in this second phase, mostly taking out carry options. So the Alchemist off the table, the Spectre. I really like this Alchemist ban. I feel as though Unstable Concoction was one ingredient that would fit into just an incredible tri-lane with Nyx Assassin and Visage, as well as have this great farm potential. And Spectre just is a hero that's gaining popularity as well. I mean, he is able to... she is a hard carry still, but she's gained a little bit of ability to participate in the mid game via phase boots, drums, and other early effectiveness pickups. So I like both of these bans from Orange. 2 carry bans, probably appropriate at this stage. We'll see what R-Stars actually pull out. Obviously, they need an offlaner, a carry, and then whoever they're going to put up in the middle. Depends on... we have to see if they go as greedy of a lineup as they did in Game 1. Of course, in Game 1, they had the Queen of Pain as basically a farmer in the bottom lane, and the Chaos Knight Lich dual mid, and an attempted Lifestealer hard lane that worked out. It didn't work out all that great, frankly, but we'll see if this game they go for more sort of standard laning, or if they try to do something non-traditional. I mean, almost certainly an aggressive tri-lane with this Nyx and Visage. I would be shocked if anything else happened. Maybe they could attempt to punish whatever Orange uses as their solo lane, whether it be the Bat Rider or another hero. But still actually digging in very deep in terms of time. I wonder if they were counting on being able to pick up this Alchemist, because I am somewhat surprised by just how much time R-Stars are taking to make this selection. They might need some of this bonus time in later phases. They're actually ticking down. They end up going with the Lone Druid, so I do like this pick. It's going to make a good solo laner. They still have the option of running another hero in their tri-lane, or even the Lone Druid as a tri-lane farmer. But I am somewhat confused by why that took so long to take. I mean, Lone Druid, yes, he's a very, very strong hero, but they could have taken him right off the bat. I mean, there's really no point in going too deeply into the hermeneutics of reserve time, but certainly R-Stars digging deep to make that decision to pick up the Lone Druid. What that does give them is an excellent offlaner. I think they could go solo safe Lone Druid, the aggressive tri-lane Nyx Assassin Visage plus carry, and still be in excellent shape. In fact, the Lone Druid top in the solo lane might do extremely well. There's very few 1v1 lanes that Lone Druid is actually going to do badly in, and it does give him the opportunity to go sort of an aggressive farming approach, like maybe even an early Radiance, and I think that could be very strong in this game. I mean, you've got a lot of targets. Chen, of course, he has those creeps that will take damage to the Radiance. That's all the heroes. Bat Rider is a hero that always goes Blink Dagger, and so you can put the Radiance Bear right in his face to try to fend off the Blink Dagger initiation if you can. Not quite as effective as it is on something like Magnus, but, you know, it's still very strong. And now the Juggernaut. So RisingStars with this classic combination. They've got the Lone Druid, they've got the Jug, they have the ability to do a lot of pushing, and Juggernaut Visage Nyx Assassin is a very scary tri-lane, because you can't do that much to it. You can't really hit the Juggernaut with crowd control, because, you know, he'll just spin right through it. You can try to respond to the Nyx Assassin or Visage, but the more damage you try to deal, the response that is going to come out from RisingStars to just soul assumption right on you, and that honestly could be very, very troublesome from Orange. I wonder if they might try to duck the try versus try situation and try to put maybe 3 up against the Lone Druid in the top. Although that'll require Chen to jungle. I don't know. I honestly think that RisingStars have a pretty excellent lineup so far. It took a while to decide this on this lineup. It took a while to decide to pick up the Lone Druid, but now that they have it, I feel very impressed. It's going to come down to execution, as always, and we know that Orange had the superior execution in Game 1, but I like this RisingStars lineup. Not that Orange's lineup is a slouch either. I mean, Bat Rider, an excellent hero, Gyrocopter, Chen, these are all top tier, and of course Chen, that global heal could make a big difference. It could give you that edge you need to actually not just lose to the Visage in team fights, but it's going to take a little bit of time, and Chen, he's not going to get that heal until 6, and Visage is actually quite strong, levels 1 through 5, so this is troublesome. I think if I'm Orange, I'm a little bit worried. And you can see Orange digging into their reserve time a bit as well to decide how exactly they want to respond to this. Excuse me. So R-Stars well configured to get to their, basically all they need is a mid, and there have barely been any mid bans to come out so far in this game. So R-Stars have really a choice of a lot of possible mids. The Puck is actually available, and there's possible targets for Puck to do well against here. The Queen of Pain also available if they wanted to pick that up again. I mean, there's really just an abundance, and of course, Orange aren't necessarily locked into Bat Rider mid either. They could pick up a different mid, so we'll have to see if R-Stars actually choose to ban out a mid hero on their option, because any mid hero that they ban is a hero that they can't pick up themselves. Some folks are asking in Twitch about the game score. It is 1-0 Orange. This is game 2 of a best of 3. Not sure why we didn't get the pips up top, but that's life. Darkseer actually taken out for RisingStars, so either they don't want to take out too many mid heroes out of the mid pool, or they actually are assuming the Batrider is going to go mid, so they do ban this Darkseer out for Ohio. And that was a very good Darkseer play from Ohio in the last game as well, although I don't think it really was the proximate reason for Orange's victory. It had much more to do with insane Sand King play and some very just effective rotations and team fights, just excellent team fight execution. Vengeful Spirit was the second support pickup for Orange. This is a hero that's also gained quite a bit of popularity. I mean, she was always good in some respects. Her swap was always useful. She's got this stun, this percentage damage aura that can synchronize with Gyrocopter extremely well later on in the game. But she was extremely squishy, and the support and the swap at low levels had next to no range. They've given her more range on the swap at the first 2 levels, and they've improved her strength, so that fixed the 2 big issues. And now you see Vengeful Spirit much more. Bravo, certainly to Ice Frog for the balancing work to bring this very fun hero back into the metagame. And Puck, as we sort of expected, I think we were discussing on stream earlier about how it was definitely an option for RisingStars. Orange decided to take out the Magnus. This would give RisingStars a tremendous amount of team fight. But I like this Puck pickup as well. I feel like there are a lot of heroes that this Puck can effectively prey upon. The Vengeful Spirit, the Chen, even the Batrider to some extent. This is going to be a very dangerous Puck, and it just comes down to whether RisingStars can execute this strategy, but I like this. I like what they have so far. Mushi for the Queen of Pain. So I mentioned that they may not actually go with the Batrider up in the middle, and that is indeed what ends up happening. They use the Batrider for Ohio, possibly in a solo or in a jungling capacity. Most likely the solo top lane to go up against the Lone Druid, whereas Mushi is going to go up into the middle and then the tri-lane bottom. So this makes sense. Pick up that Queen of Pain. No real need to put the Batrider in the middle. In fact, I don't think Batrider is one of Mushi's more favored heroes. So he takes the Queen of Pain. This is a pretty even matchup in the laning phase between Queen of Pain and Puck. Puck, of course, able to prey upon the Queen of Pain quite a bit in teamfights, simply with a very, very clever waning rift placement with the Blink Dagger. So usually when Queen of Pain goes up against Puck, we see Queen of Pain's going for BKB earlier than usual. That is what RisingStars tried to do last game. They tried to build that quick BKB to fend off the silences of Orange in the first game. But it didn't quite work out. They never actually got to the point of finishing the BKB on Queen of Pain. We'll see if Mushi builds that here. He may well not, frankly, because I know Mushi likes to build more aggressive items than that. But we'll have to see what actually, if he does end up rushing that BKB or not. So, looking up towards Orange, they have Mushi on the Queen of Pain, KYXY on the Gyrocopter, Net on the Vengeful Spirit, and Extinct on the Chen. That'll be the mid and the tri-lane respectively. And then Ohio, actually not going with the Stout Shield early, but we'll see if he goes up into the jungle on this Batrider. He will be there solo later. They're going to try to take this out 2-0 if they can, and get the early win in the ECL group stage. RStars, meanwhile, we will have the aggressive tri-lane coming out. 1-2-3 on the Juggernaut. Again, I'm not sure if this actually is Xiao Tuji. Juggernaut is a very common Xiao Tuji hero, but I couldn't confirm that this was his alias. But I think it is Xiao Tuji on the Juggernaut. Then Super on the Visage and XDD on the Nyx Assassin to support him. In the middle, we have Air on the Chaos Knight. We'll see if he can do better than on the Puck. We'll see if he can do better than his Chaos Knight performance in Game 1. And then on the solo lane, I don't know if this is Mofi, but Dreamy U is up on Lone Druid. So it's that Lone Druid versus Batrider in the top lane. Honestly, I have to say, RisingStars' draft impresses me much more. I think they really bring the complete package in this game in terms of they've got push, they've got team fight, they've got laning presence. It would be harder for me to say what RStars don't have going for them in this Game 2 draft. That said, Orange proved themselves to be more than competent at handling RStars in the first game, so we'll see what they have in store for us in the second game as far as execution goes. KYXY being very careful, doesn't want to walk into the first blood opportunity here, and RStars just doing a little bit of blocking. There's going to be the DD rune for Juggernaut to start it off, and this could make something happen. I mean, currently, Orange's support's mostly rotating over. Extinct actually currently in the dire jungle, so Net just doing a little bit of warding here, and maybe they want to try to make something happen on mid. That would be my guess. If they can get one creep for Extinct, once the creeps spawn, they could try to pick off the Puck. A stun, I mean, keep in mind, when Puck is level 1, he can only have Phase Shift or Illusory Orb, so it's only dodge one thing or blink, and maybe Orange can try to seek to take advantage of that, but if RisingStars cotton onto this fact, they could put a tremendous amount of pressure on Gyrocopter. In fact, I would say so much as RisingStars could try to get a kill on Gyrocopter if they know for a fact that the supports aren't there, which of course they don't factually know, but it's possible. The Hellbear Smasher picked up for Extinct. He is going to, it does look like they're going to do a little bit of support jungling here, and then try to pressure the Lone Druid or the Puck with it. And so this does give our stars the opportunity to ensure that KYXY has a tough time getting into this game. I mean, no last hits for the Gyro so far, and if he comes up to try to get a last hit, I actually think he could get substantially sabotaged. Air dueling out Mushi in the middle. Right now, fairly even lane. 4 for 2 for Mushi, 4 for 1 for Air, so no big surprises there. Puck and the Queen of Pain, fairly even in lane. It would take some massive outplay for one of them to really dominate the other. And Net, it just still looks like they're trying to find some opportunities while Lone Druid just farms up here. Of course, Batrider, not really that favored against Lone Druid, can slow him quite a bit, but when you add the supports into the picture, Batrider can just see how comfortable he is diving. Actually, 5 stacks already on Lone Druid. This is actually very, very bad. This could be an early kill for Batrider. The first few levels, so easy for Batrider to get some interventions. There's the Vengeful Spirit stun, and yes, that's a first blood. Ohio getting enough stacks on Lone Druid. Lone Druid not being careful enough with the player rather than the bear. And that's a quick first blood for Orange, trying to seek to get an advantage in this lane before Lone Druid hits 5. The dynamics of this lane is basically Batrider can dive Lone Druid very carefully until level 5, and then Lone Druid just feels tremendously comfortable. But this is what Orange are doing. They want to pinch off our stars so that they can't actually get farm on both the Lone Druid and the Juggernaut. Now, they felt that they wouldn't have the advantage in this lane in the bottom. I completely agree, this 3v3 would not have favored Orange, so they are avoiding it. They're not doing the 3v3. They're just playing very conservatively on KYXY. They'll try to get an advantage top and then rotate in the supports. KYXY, just look at how safe he's being. He hasn't ventured out of tower range this entire game, more or less. A little bit out now just because he knows that the next Nyx Assassin is away. Just gets a little bit of extra XP. Meanwhile, the remainder of the team just continuing to jungle. Now they're smoked up. You see a Dark Troll Summoner. The Ensnare could lead to another kill, frankly. If Lone Druid isn't very careful, this could be a tremendous amount of trouble for him. Keep in mind, this is only a level 3 Lone Druid. Actually, with a point unspent, he should not spending the second point just so we can add it onto the bear to flip a... Oh, there's the second stack of Napalm. Here comes the Dark Troll. There's the Ensnare. Net ready with the Magic Missile. Might not even need it. There's just the last hit there from Batrider. Now 2-0, the scoreline for Orange. And they are really making the best of a not great drafting situation by just putting the pressure where they knew... Just immediately correctly applying pressure. I mean, knowing the one weak spot of our stars would be that Lone Druid before level 5. And so playing safe, I mean, this is a trade-off, folks. They're trading farm on KYXY. He has 0 last hits to date. He is jungling on this Gyrocopter, only level 2. But the flip side is that they are really, really damaging the Lone Druid. They're doing so much pressure onto him. Our stars, meanwhile, the Juggernaut, 24 for 16, denying a tremendous... Oh, Air could be in a little bit of trouble here. There's the Illusory Orb. Phase shift successfully against the Magic Missile, and that's a nice escape. Really neutering the ability of Net to successfully deliver that gank for Orange. So that was good play by Air. He's doing fine in this middle lane. 18 for 7, Mushi 20 for 6. I would say this is more or less still an even lane. And our stars, the good news is this bottom lane. I mean, they're now pressuring the tower. It's already at about half. Juggernaut's going to cut the creeps, use his Blade Fury to clear them out. And Super and XDD just going to help him get this tower kill. So this will be a tier 1 tower. Keep in mind Orange, I mean, they are going to be behind on Gyrocopter consistently. They've actually... Where the hell is Gyrocopter these days? Back in his fountain. So KYXY with 4 last hits now to his name, all jungle last hits. Orange just using their early fortification to slow down this tower a little bit. They do actually cause Juggernaut to not get the last hit on the tower, so that'll be a little bit less farm for this Juggernaut here. That's pretty smart, honestly. But that said, the gyrocopter situation could become a problem. I could definitely see it becoming a problem. Issue for RisingStars is this lone druid situation could become a problem. At this point, this guy doesn't have the resummon on his bear. I don't know why he doesn't level the second rank of bear. Okay, there we go. He does level it now. But he's forced to jungle. He's actually clearing out this stacked jungle camp that Orange set up for him. While Orange, using the Chen, are going to pressure a tier 1 tower themselves. Here comes the Hellbear Smasher. Got one more instance of the Thunderclap in the tank. It's on cooldown currently. RStars, meanwhile, looking to do a little bit of a rotation, looking to kill Mushi if they can. What's Mushi? He is only rank 1 blink, so that's a long cooldown, short range. So potentially gankable target depending on how they actually do it.
Radiant's middle tower
Air just continuing to farm up in the middle here. He's got his tier 1 boots bottle. Really nothing special so far. Null Talisman. KYXY. Ooh, he's got to be careful about how he comes to jungle because RStars could really punish him here. Just continuing to farm up. Orange finally gets the tier 1 tower here. Probably a last hit for Ohio if I had to guess. No, he actually doesn't get it either. Some teams having trouble last hitting on the new last hitting metagame. Meanwhile, Mushi putting some pressure on Air. The Shadow Strike is up. Air's using his bottle charges. Mushi, meanwhile, with the Invis rune. So, nothing happening in the middle quite yet. RStars rotating around their supports, seeking to try to make something happen. Mushi, meanwhile, he may try to use his Invis rune to get a kill. I don't know if he can get Juggernaut, though. I mean, keep in mind, Blade Fury makes Juggernaut impervious to almost anything Queen of Pain can throw at him. Yeah, Mushi. Just walking around a little bit, doing a little bit of scouting. Maybe he could have gotten one of these supports, but that's about it. Meanwhile, the tower, the creeps actually push to the tier 2 tower, and Lone Druid will be very happy with this, because it means he can get some XP. This Lone Druid, not doing that well on XP, although he will actually get his level 5 soon. Meanwhile, here comes a dive. Ohio, with that Blink Dagger, actually misses. He thought the Lone Druid went a different route from what he did, so no Blink Dagger, not a successful lasso. Air may seek to chase. There's the Dream Coil. Ohio is going to try to get out of here. No entangle for the bear. Lone Druid only just hit level 5, only just got the level 3 bear, and so Ohio escapes and cancels the Dream Coil. Nice escape from Ohio's Batrider there. They don't get another kill on the Lone Druid, but the Batrider gets away, so they're in fine shape as far as that goes. Meanwhile, in the middle, Mushi just continuing to still farm up. Air gonna do a little bit of harassment, and Air's rotations have given Mushi a slight edge here. 35 last hits to the 25 of Air, level 7.5 to level 6.5 of the Puck. So that's actually fairly substantial. The one level advantage that you do see for the Queen of Pain is no joking matter. Juggernaut, of course, only level 5 himself because of the amount of time that they spent as a tri-lane, but his farm is quite impressive. I mean, if you look at the GPM, Juggernaut, the highest for RisingStars, the only one higher than him is is Ohio due to his first blood and participation in the second kill on that Lone Druid. RisingStars still rotating around trying to make something happen. One of my issues with RisingStars here is that they really only have one ward. I mean, their vision, if they want to do these roaming ganks, they need better vision than they have, in my opinion. Oh, they will catch out Ohio. There's the lasso, actually. Ohio feels he has the balance of this. Mushi with a DD rune. The Impale will miss. Spiked Carapace to stun him up, though. Mushi throws out the Scream of Pain. Sonic Wave still available. Lands the last hit. He still has this DD rune. Keep in mind, this is still quite dangerous for RisingStars. Oh, they're going to get the bear again. It is a 300 gold bounty picked up by Mushi. That's a perfectly reasonable use of the DD rune. Secure kill and manage to pick up a bear. That's 300 gold from the bear and 236 gold from the Nyx assassin. So Mushi now is going to get a little bit of more farm than what RisingStars can put up on this Puck. So nice Sonic Wave from long distance to actually pick up that kill, and Juggernaut's going to have to get that drums pretty fast and start moving on to the next gate, to the next item after that. Super, meanwhile, just trying to earn some levels. Level 4 Visage is frankly a little bit of a struggle at this point. They would have loved to get some more kills. When you pick up Visage, you really need the ability to actually you need to get kills so that it can get a quick 6, so that it can get the familiars and really pressure. Right now, the fact that they actually don't even have level 5 means that the Soul Assumption hasn't hit its rank 3. Rank 3 Soul Assumption is incredibly useful this early, but if you don't have it, I mean, this Soul Assumption is actually a little bit underwhelming at 9 minutes. When you're trying to kill a level 8 Queen of Pain, you need more than that. There's the stun from Neck coming out. Air actually has to rotate around. Orange have completely pincered them here. This is trouble for Super, frankly. There's the Flame Break. The lockdown from Chen, and that's 1 down. That's 2 down. Visage and Nyx Assassin on the ground, and now a 5-0 advantage for Orange. RStars, there's the lasso on air. He's pulled back. Easy kill. The magic missile doing a tremendous amount of damage. And Chen's right there. Mushi's right there. 1, 2, 3. There's the Omni Slash on Mushi. He may actually die because his blink is on cooldown. No! The perfect Chen ultimate. Mushi may walk away. The ensnare on Juggernaut and the scream and the damage from Chen coming out to pick off. They don't even find the kill on Mushi. Juggernaut, I think he thought, I mean, at least I'll kill the Queen of Pain. At least I'll get 1 for my team. And instead, RisingStars, once again, in larger engagements, they just look a little helpless. And that puts them down 7-0. Look at the level disparity generated by Orange's advantages as well as that last fight. Their supports are as high level as the highest level, the Puck on RisingStars. And that really goes down to the AoE XP that they just earned. This is trouble. The fact that Juggernaut couldn't make anything more happen there is, I'm not going to call it fatal, but it's very, very troublesome. And KYXY, despite the slowest possible start that they could have, is difficult. It's, I mean, he now is up at 42 last hits. He's actually making his way back up. Only one person on RisingStars has more last hits than KYXY. That's Juggernaut. And he's level 7. Gyrocopter is the lowest level on Orange. I mean, if you look at the XP per minute, it's only slightly better than Chen's and Vengeful Spirits. But that's okay, because now they've generated space. They don't have this tier 1 tower, but RisingStars can no longer make incursions into here. Visage and Nyx Assassin no longer have what it takes. And, I mean, if you just look at the item loadouts as well for Orange, they've got well on the way to the mechanism for Chen. Vengeful Spirit with the urn. Mushi actually doesn't care. 1 quit. We said that, of course, Mushi doesn't love the BKB option early on Queen of Pain, and he's not going it. He's going to try to jump right over, use that Orchid Malevolence, and just silence the Puck before the Puck can silence him. And that's typical Mushi confidence, feeling, you know what, I don't care. Puck's not going to beat me. Puck's not going to outplay me. I'll silence him way before he can possibly use his Waning Rift, because, of course, Orchid Malevolence can silence the Puck, and Waning Rift cannot be used when you are silenced by that item. So Mushi picking that up, and of course, I mean, Ohio got a shockingly fast blink in this game. That first blood and the second kill let him get that blink extremely quickly. KYXY now doing a little bit of pressure on a tier 1 tower himself. We actually see Lone Druid going to here, and you can just see that this Lone Druid has struggled. I mean, he's okay on levels now, level 7, almost level 8, right in the prime of his life as far as the pushing opportunity goes. That said, he's got no items. He has a tier 1 boots on himself, nothing on the bear aside from an orb of venom, and I don't know if he was planning to go Radiance or something, but that's a dream that is going to have to be deferred. That's a dream that probably is not going to see itself fulfilled. In my opinion, probably phase boots for the bear and just try to get a little bit more happening in this game as far as your Lone Druid goes. Juggernaut, meanwhile, still the good news. I mean, he does have drums. He's going to build, I would have to say most likely a Yasha, although sometimes we see Juggernauts going Aghanims, but I think that would be a mistake this game. They really can't get the Aghanims on the Juggernaut because any more bounces that you get are probably just going to hit Chen creeps anyway, and it's really not worth it to Omni Slash if you're just going to hit a Chen creep. Here's 4 of RisingStars, but look at Orange's pincer motions again. Look at the supports coming from behind and Mushi coming from in front. This could actually be a 3v4 that would go very poorly for RisingStars. There's the lasso on Puck once again, taking a lot of damage. Sonic Wave comes through. Extinct is stunned down. They actually do get the solo assumption. There's the ultimate. They may bring down the Chen here. Finally a kill for RisingStars, but Juggernaut in trouble. He doesn't have the mana. He actually cannot Omni Slash because he dies. He's stunned for 2 dang long and 2 for 1. Another favorable trade for Orange. They do get the Chen. If only Juggernaut had had time to Magic Wand and Omni Slash, maybe they could have made something happen. Of course, that Magic Wand, I'm not even sure that would have given him the mana to Omni Slash there, but that would have saved him for a little bit longer. It is, of course, only a level 1 Omni Slash, and Orange pushing into the tier 2. They know they won that. They know they have the advantage, and they're going to pressure very heavily in response. KYXY's got Flat Cannon to clear this creep wave out. Uses his last little dose of mana to do it. Mushi helping him along. Drums and FaZe now up for the Gyrocopter, doing a little better than he was. Meanwhile, the Familiar Stuns just scouting out Orange a little bit. Don't know if they can actually kill these Familiars before this get They do have the surround. Actually, Ohio is going to help out as well. There's one familiar. Will they get the second? No, just the one kill on the birds there. Does Visage have the resummon? No, he actually just summoned those familiars. So one already down. That's very, very unfortunate. Those familiars are actually a huge deal for Visage, and so not having them, big deal. Of course, the levels also the problem for RisingStars. No Vendetta for XDD. No fourth rank of... It's really 7. You want to hit 7 quickly on Visage because you want 4 Soul Assumption and one on his ultimate. And he doesn't have it. In fact, Nyx Assassin is really a hero that you want to get levels even in a support capacity, especially now that his mana burn needs to scale. He's got this rank 1, but this is only a 3.5 multiplier on intelligence, in addition to being a 28-second cooldown. So the fact is that Nyx Assassin is not just going to trump Queen of Pain unless he's able to get enough levels to level that mana burn. This is a level 11 Queen of Pain, facing a Nyx who finally is level 6, so he does have that Vendetta gank potential, but it's just going to be difficult to gank anybody at this point. Vengeful Spirit, look at that new strength, 47 strength up for this VS. She actually may get the other familiar here. No, she doesn't, but they may try to pick it off afterwards. 1000 HP. It's not the easiest thing in the world to actually kill Net at this point. Juggernaut continuing to farm. Like I said, we didn't really expect an Aghanims, and that's not what we're getting. He's getting that Elven... He has the Elven skin, building towards that Yasha, eventually going to be a Mantis style, but not quite yet. I mean, about 5,000 net worth for him. He's more or less the only good news for our stars at this point. Puck, no blink. That's a huge problem. Power Treads is up. Ohio, meanwhile, hunting. Hunting, using Firefly, walking all the way around, and... not really happening. Not getting that kill, but again, it's zoning RisingStars out. Orange going to push into the tier 2 tower now, and I don't see a way that RisingStars can respond. The Illusory Orb will do a little bit of anti-push, but no way Air actually moves to that spot. XDD, he's sitting in Vendetta form, but it's probably not going to happen. We have Juggernaut and Super trying to get a little bit of farm here. Visage, of course, has hit level 7. He's got the resummon on the familiars for when he needs it, but Orange are in complete control at this point. Gem now picked up, so they can, now that they know that Nyx Assassin actually has the ultimate, they can just use the Gem to spot him out, and I'm already cringing in pain preemptively at the possibility of Nyx Vendetta running straight into this Gem, because of course, our stars don't know about the Gem yet. Here they are in the jungle, farming haplessly. They don't have vision. They don't know that Ohio is coming in. Of course, Ohio doesn't know exactly where they are yet. He doesn't have Firefly for that extra vision, but if he spots them out, it could be trouble for our stars again. No. They retreat there. Okay, Ohio actually pings their exact location, so we had some idea. They do have the ward down here, just placed it in that incursion. You can see our stars. Let's take a look at their vision right now, shall we? If we take a look, all they see right now is Ohio and whatever they're getting with Lone Druid. They have almost no vision on any side of the map other than what they can get by pushing out the creeps. Meanwhile, if you look at Orange, they have a very good idea of what's going on. They can see almost all. There's the Dream Coil. They might actually have caught Net. Nice flame break from long distance, completely neutering the ability. Wow. When you can use one of your minor abilities, your flame break, to completely, meanwhile on the bottom, Mushi with another DD rune, they actually pick off Lone Druid. So, the Orchid finished off. They pick off the Lone Druid, nicely done there, and the Flame Break, meanwhile, completely wasting the Dream Coil. They don't even manage to get Net. Difficult situation for RisingStars there. Look at how starved these supports are for gold if you're RisingStars. The Boots of Speed, Healing Salve, Wand. That's it for Visage. And Visage is usually a hero that, because he participates in so many kills, can actually get some items. Most likely, if you're RisingStars, you're counting on Visage to actually build the mechanism in this game. Because, you know, he gets those early kills. He can flash farm reasonably well. I mean, a lot better than, for instance, a Bane can. So he can get that mechanism, and that'll give you some teamfight potential. Usually we see Medallion, too. Usually Visage is a Medallion carrier. It synchronizes quite well with familiars, and it would give a lot of benefit to your Lone Druid and your Juggernaut as well. But here it does almost nothing. Medallion, actually, if anybody has a Medallion, it's Orange. This will give them faster Roshan clear if they need to. And it's just very, very good in general. XDD, he's caught out. He actually gets ensnared. There's the Centaur Conqueror stun. Magic Missile actually helps finish it off, but Chen in the end getting the last hit there. And RisingStars immediately having to flee out of their own jungle. There's the lasso. It's on the Juggernaut. He drops extremely quickly, and no Juggernaut means no go. I mean, he's really their only only source of any sort of damage whatsoever, as well as farm. He's actually still stuck at level 9. Just the levels do not favor them. Ohio actually is the lowest level on this orange team, and he's higher than anybody on RStars. The Visage falls as well. RStars, put simply, they don't have control of their own jungle. They are not actually able to do anything in their own jungle, much less do incursions on the other team. Lone Druid doing his best to farm on this side, and he is going the Radiance, which I honestly think is a mistake. I'm pretty sure RisingStars will lose this game before Lone Druid is able to build that Radiance. Before he's even able to build the Relic, as Tier 2 tower top drops, Orange just, they don't care about this Lone Druid. Now that they've seen that he's building Radiance with Tier 1 boots on the hero and Tier 0 boots on the bear, what do they have to worry about as far as this Lone Druid? Okay, he's farming. Okay, he has about 220 GPM, so he's at, say, 2,700 gold now. That's going to be almost 7 minutes before he actually has that Radiance. Why do we care? And Orange's response, no, we don't care. We don't care about this Lone Druid. We can write him off. We're just going to pick off Juggernaut whenever we can, use the lasso, and just completely dominate. Mushi, meanwhile, we have to say, in addition to leading his team around the map, he's been farming great. We said that he wouldn't want the BKB first, but that doesn't mean he's going to be obstinate. That doesn't mean he won't go for the BKB at all. He picks it up second. He's got the Orchid Malevolence, a Black King Bar, and so lucky. He's actually picked up his third double damage rune of the game, and I think they're going to use this to be very aggressive. I mean, 4-0-2 on this Queen of Pain. Black King Bar, Orchid Malevolence, why not? Go 5-man, and that's what they're going to do. They still got these 3 Chen creeps. He's had these 3 creeps for ages, and they're 3 of the best that you can get. You've got the Ensnare, you've got the Thunderclap, and of course you have the Stomp from the Centaur for the stun, and it's just a fantastic AoE combo in sum. You can really lock somebody down. Of course, the fact that Juggernaut can't just spin to win out of that Ensnare is a big deal. It's honestly has helped them get at least one of the kills that they've managed to get on this Juggernaut. 1 for 3. Just finishing his Yasha now. He may have to buy out because I suspect he's about to die again. Here comes Ohio with the blink. Not quite yet. The RisingStars effectively back off. They managed to not get peeled. And Ohio, he's now walking around, going to try to Firefly from another angle. So you don't get it from the front, try to get it from the back. But RisingStars intelligently backing off. They know that the only hope for them, the only way they win, is if they don't have anybody lassoed. But Orange are going to use the space they created. They put down an additional ward, so continuing to put offensive wards to act as a bulwark, and they're going to peel into Roshan. There is the Vengeful Spirit using the Wave of Terror and the Medallion to bring down the armor of that Roshan so heavily. Venge with Medallion is actually fantastic to clear Roche quickly because it reduces the armor so much, and Roche, he's pretty weak to reducing armor. Oh, there's the lasso. XDD, he did have Spiked Carapace up. Actually, Magic Missile used on a creep, but it doesn't matter. They pick off XDD extremely quickly, and now they're down to 4. Now it's 4 of RisingStars that have to defend. Luckily, it's only a 24-second respawn time on that Nyx Assassin. That's the good news. There may only be one good news for that, but it's better than nothing. Familiars in a little bit of trouble. This is the trouble. I mean, Gyrocopter can clear Familiars extremely quickly. They actually escape, so that's more important than you'd think. Do they have the resummon? In 3 seconds, so those Familiars could help them win. Here's Super. He uses his Q. Oh, this swap. Juggernaut in. He's already on the ground. There's the Sonic Wave. Bear trying to do something, but already 2 on the ground. Mushi chasing with his BKB. Net with a dominating streak. Lone Druid in trouble now. KYXY chasing, Mushi blinks over, the Scream of Pain, 4 on the ground, and now it's only XDD alive, the rest of his team down, and oh, actually a disconnect even before the GG at RStars. They do not feel good about the way that this team, they don't feel good about this round, and I can't honestly disagree with them. This match did not go their way. The first fight, the first game, honestly, I don't know that their lanes really worked out. The second game, I thought their strategy was strong, but Orange just responding the only good way. And the only way that they could was to do that tricky jungling with Chen and Venge into the ganks onto Lone Druid. Lone Druid unfortunately played a little bit loose early. I felt that he could have played a little more defensively and protected himself. But instead, RStars, even with what I felt was a very strong strategy, couldn't make anything happen in the second game. And so, unfortunately, 18-1. I would call it humiliating, and it is in some respects, but I still like RisingStars, honestly. I think they still have potential, but this has got to be a demoralizing loss for them. That said, 2 teams advanced from this group, not 1. This was Group C play. Group stage will continue tomorrow. That is our last match for today. The first match, ERH defeated NA 2-0, and now we see Orange defeating RisingStars 2-0. RisingStars still have an opportunity to advance to the LAN finals. In fact, they have an abundant opportunity. We'll be watching Group C play in the RedBull ECL 2013 all week, folks. It's usually going to be me. I am Vikromond. You can check me out on my website, www.vykromond.com. Also on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. I want to thank you guys for coming out to watch this game today. We will be continuing with coverage. I'm not sure if I'll be around tomorrow, and also I may have co-casters, so it could be just me. It could be me and a friend. It could be somebody else entirely. We're not quite sure yet. We're still kind of scrapping together coverage. However, I do want to talk about this. It's Group C this week, Group D play next week. You can check out the schedule on the official tournament website. I'll put that up on stream in just a second. But after that, July 12th through 14th will be the LAN finals. Those will be covered from the main Beyond the Summit studio in California. You'll have LD, you'll have gods, you'll have special guests, all that good stuff. For now, we're going to sign off. Orange taking an extremely convincing victory over RisingStars to begin their run in the RedBull ECL 2013. Thank you so much for watching, folks, and have a good day.